always had control, just great rotations and whatnot. But let's see. The next map is going to be Cursed Hollow, which, I mean, rotations definitely have a lot to do with this as well, like getting those bosses at the appropriate times, being in the right positions for the curses. The curses do add a little bit of randomness with that, so you can't just guarantee the perfect rotation.
Yeah, it's not like Sky Temple, for instance, where we know the order of you know, the starts.
There's only very loose rules, like 3 won't go on the same side at once, right in a row.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty random. So, you know, it's definitely it's a cool map, an interesting map, and I'm not counting out MRR still. They've had a great game in game 2 at least.
One thing to notice when the curse is activated, we oftentimes see players go for the boss.
Yeah.
They get that boss there, and then they oftentimes get the other boss after the first boss is taken.
Yeah, you know, that's a very common rotation. If you get one boss, you generally can go get the other boss because your opponents have to kill that boss, especially in the late game. So that's pretty common indeed, as you say. And of course, a lot of times we see the boss lined up after certain numbers of tributes. Like if you get that advantage and they have to go get the tributes, sometimes you can get the boss during that time.
And we're basically ready to go to the pick ban phase.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. I think both these pick ban phases have been really interesting already. I love watching the shift in the meta and what heroes these guys want. But let's see, the first ban coming up here, 14 DK. And
it's Abathur, 0 to Turatul.
Yeah, this
very
is
predictable. Abathur is quite strong on this map, especially. You can usually, especially for the first few curses, always win that fight if there's an Abathur there. Keep Abathur hatting over that. The damage output's insane. Team DK going for Uther, which has served them very well in some of the previous games we saw. Could have Jaina Johanna. Yep, there it is, Jaina Johanna. It's that combo there for MRR.
We can turn this monitor off and Tesos finishes out of the first part. But, all right, actually, a Sylvanas and an Arthas immediately. Arthas really gaining a lot of value worldwide right now. Everyone's really picking him up a lot earlier.
He's a great damage-dealing warrior. We're going to go to the bans now for MRR. Kind of curious to see which ban exactly they're going to go for.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Obviously, their opponents already have a support. They already have, like, kind of a damage dealer. Obviously, she's a specialist in Sylvanas. And then a really strong warrior. They've kind of split it up, so it's a little bit harder to get this ban right.
As you can see, the win rate here with Arthas pretty good. 16 wins, 9 losses overall in the Super League.
Yeah, indeed. Definitely one of those higher ones. Warriors, like, I was looking at our full stat sheets that we have here. Warriors are like, every other class doesn't have that big of win rate differences.
Yeah.
Uther is kind of up there, but like overall it's like the Warriors that are really the huge win rates. They've been game changers.
What do you think, maybe
often.
A Muradin ban here? I mean, that's definitely something. Nubarak, that's fine too. Okay. Another one of those Warriors. Probably don't want to let Noblesse end up with another Nubarak after the Sky Temple game. Team DK though, now getting the option to ban something over here from MRR.
All right, so they definitely could ban
Sonya.
Okay.
Sonya, good pick there.
Yeah, Sonya actually the highest win
Look how
rate.
unhappy Sonya is in her portrait. She's so pissed.
Is she unhappy or just angry?
She's angry.
You can be
she's
happy
much more
and
unangry.
Or...
No, you can't, Artosis. That doesn't make any sense.
I can't feel two emotions. You are a standard man.
2 picks now for MRR.
All right. Probably skip the healer till the end and just pick up a second tank for sure. A second warrior should be coming up. Like Leoric is still available. Tyrael, Muradin. Yep.
Muradin, there it is. Going to need to get some kind of support here.
Normally you'll save that to last unless you have a tricky thing you want to pick or a counter pick you want to pick last. Because your opponents obviously aren't going to pick a second support.
Well, I do wonder if that's going to be one of these games here.
Yeah, it definitely could be. Definitely could be. We've seen Brightwing actually be pretty powerful today. Definitely can help with that split pushing as well.
Also, especially with the curses on this map, you could at least, as everybody's going to the tribute, keep Brightwing down there and then heal in there.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Shall we have? Do they want to go for a specialist or / damage? Okay, they actually pick up Brightwing. Okay, so this
All right,
is
so it is going to be support.
hiding. Yeah, hiding their last pick.
Team DK, remember, whatever they pick, obviously MRR can't get, but they have to finish up their team without knowing what that potential surprise pick would be.
And they know it's a surprise. It could be a triple tank composition, could be a double damage composition.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And they don't know, so they can't draft perfectly here.
Team DK is still deliberating right now as to who exactly they want to take. See, they got support. They got there's Tyrael.
Okay.
Not a surprise.
Yeah.
Do we have a third warrior here? I mean, due to the ban set up in
I could
part
see like
two,
a Vala maybe.
Vala would be quite good as well.
Wouldn't mind it.
That might be the pick that MRR also wants to have.
It could be. I think they could have been lining up for Nazebo possibly as well, but Tyrael is a good counter to that now. So
yeah, you can't do
his judgment does very well against big scary ghost man.
Yes,
Ravenous
against
Spirit.
the angry ghost cat. Now Ravenous Spirit's so strong, and yeah, judgment can interrupt that. Still though, Team DK not entirely sure yet what they want to pick.
They've got a big timer. It's smart to think this out.
Oh no, I don't blame them at all. They know that they're just
the
one
Tyrael
game
pick
away.
Just made perfect sense.
Sure.
So I think picking that, like after that timer, just using all of your time to talk about your last pick is probably good because, you know, MRR can like shift their last pick very easily here. Excuse me.
What is it going to be? Team DK is still taking their time. I think this is going to be a tough map, by the way, in general for MRR. Team DK seemed pretty coordinated in those mass team kills in game.
That is
especially
true.
game one. I don't know if that was really just MRR's nerves or something. There it is, Vala. You called it Artosis.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice pick. You can't really go wrong with it. Vala is such a versatile, good damage. Okay, so that's a really strong lineup for Team DK. It's not like something where you're like, whoa, that's broken, they just win. But like it's good. They're good at team fighting. They know how to use these heroes together. There's some good combos in here, even with Judgment Wailing Arrow.
Yeah.
But let's see what MRR wants as his final pick. Could be a Zagara, maybe? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Leoric is still out there.
I think Leoric is a fine pick. I don't think it's going to be Zagara, but the Valimar, especially on the narrow areas of this map, is actually not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely win some fights over that, and it's not the easiest to get away from.
Yeah, I mean, creep tumors can definitely help out as well. I also like a Leoric pick here. Butcher! Okay.
Well, we said there was room for a surprise pick. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely one you'd want to hide. So I wasn't expecting that one, but Butcher, definitely a very powerful hero. A lot of games are won and lost on how well the Butcher player
Now there is an
does.
Uther over here on this side, so we have some stuns that can come out.
That's true. And Tyrael's Judgment, of course. So.
Sure, yeah, when that comes into play.
Yeah. And of course, you know, you have that Divine Shield to save whoever the Butcher's on. This will be interesting to see. I guess the Butcher mostly is just going to go after Arthas, right? Like, just power him down really
I think
quickly,
so, yeah.
so he doesn't wreck your tanks.
That might be the strategy here.
I'm not
Anyways,
sure.
we're going to go into game number 4. It's 2-1 with Team DK in the lead. Let's do this. Greatest outro ever, Artosis.
That was
all right, we're ready to go. Game number 4.
All right, here we go. On the left in the blue, MRR, and of course on the right in the red, going to be DK. And taking a look early on here, nothing is weird. Oh, one thing to note, Vala is going to be doing a multi-shot build as opposed to a Hungering Arrow build. So
yeah.
Hungering Arrow definitely in every region I think is the most popular right now, but Koreans still do like multi-shot sometimes.
Bush party here in the in between top and middle lane, but there's nobody there to surprise.
Oh, great move here by DK. This is going to force the hand of their opponents immediately. A lot of damage already being put on that one turret.
And looks like we're going to go in once again here.
Yeah, Brightwing is down here, but not going to be able to hold this off alone too well.
And up here at the top, it's going to be Butcher versus Arthas as the game moves on.
Not a bad choice. Arthas is a great solo laner. Butcher, though, of course, can solo anyone.
Yeah, for real. It's pretty crazy.
And look at this. The tower might actually get taken out. Nice blind there by Johanna, really buying a lot of time and letting that tower get some shots out. That was a good move.
Meanwhile, here in the middle, looks like Noblesse is going to be driven back here. The Butcher is hungry, and nicely done. Getting away there just in time.
Looks like Noblesse going to be fine here once again. Brightwing taking some additional damage
And
down here at the bottom.
This is a pretty smart move here to just put Brightwing at the top. Top lane's pretty far away from everything, so that way, you know, you can heal and teleport over there if you need to do that. Curse should be spawning in just a little bit here. Got to be careful too, because if a team gets 2 curses in a row, usually the 3rd curse is then if they get that too. That's right when level 10 is.
Yeah, that can be very
scary.
rough. Like sometimes you just have to give up curse to your opponents, and that can be very rough. But right now we do have DK actually taking down a turret, which is a big deal. Look at that. They have a nice little spike in experience here.
Yeah, this little 3-man group combos pretty well, so they can actually get that turret deactivated and then deal a bunch of damage to it while still being able to escape. So, I mean, it's pretty nice.
Well, the mercenary camps just came up. We'll have to see. It looks like Team DK is, or rather, sorry, MRR immediately going to go for their Siege Giants, which this can be a very nice move. You lose some presence in the lanes right now, but it's going. These guys are going to be active during that first tribute.
Yeah, and if, let's say, the tribute spawns at bottom, that is a really good, that's some good RNG you got right there, because the Siege Giants pushing in the top lane. Sometimes the other team has to just give up on what they have. Same thing is going to happen, though, over here with, oh, and it is going to be the top lane, so those Giants not as effective. In fact, this Giant take here from Team DK could be pretty huge.
Yeah, this Giant grab is fantastic, but they're going to be a little bit late to the party, so we're going to have to see Team DK just stall this tribute out just a little tiny bit of time.
Now, Arthas is going to come up here, probably root once. Uh-oh. I don't think they can even get over there.
Yeah, that might be the case. Yeah. And, you know, that is on the back again, those Giants just slightly late.
Not perfectly timed out there, unfortunately. So that was a pretty big win there for MRR, getting a kill and getting getting the
They're Giants.
The Giants, excuse me.
So really good play. But right now we do have Team DK pushing down this bottom lane. Nice big wave here, but Johanna has something to say about that.
Arthas here now driving back these Siege Giants. You know, it's funny because had that skirmish actually gone on, which can go on for minutes at a time sometimes, had that actually occurred back there, then these Siege Giants play a much bigger role. Sometimes you lose the top perimeter of defense.
Yeah, like everything could look different. Like we might have had a nice big DK lead if they had just taken that Giant camp like 5 seconds earlier even, or 10 seconds earlier.
But almost immediately the next tribute spawning here, so DK going to have to kill that very quickly. You do not want to let MRR get the second tribute. That's going to be a big problem.
Well, they're a little bit out of position again. They did take that that bruiser camp, but I think they'll get there in time this time. Yeah, looks like they do get there. And in fact, Butcher running in. Sylvanas has to get out of there.
And coming in, Murden pretty low.
All right, both teams at level 7, so pretty even still.
Sylvanas are out of position here.
Butcher trying to get this, not able to.
And Sniper's now coming up here. Sniper going to be taking a lot of damage. Sniper maybe overextended. Does manage to escape back there behind. Slowly but surely, Team DK zoning out MRR.
Yeah, a lot of damage there on the Butcher, but we do have Buck coming in with Brightwing, and they're going to continue to stall this out a little bit. And at the moment, you know what? MRR actually has better positioning on this tribute because they're clearing that bottom lane.
Oh, nice job here. Murden getting pretty low, but as they do it, they manage to steal that next curse. Arthas so low. They're trying above him. Arthas just barely getting away. Meanwhile, Tyrael just so... Well, hold up. Butcher now going to be taken out. Barely shielded there just in time. Nice. But Arthas out of nowhere. Bam really and bam. Done. 2 kills.
That was really good. MRR actually was in a nice spot there, kind of attacking the towers while denying tribute, but DK pounced on them, and really, what a fantastic job.
That was really nicely done. You think Arthas is probably back there, either Hearthstoning back or tapping well, but boom, out of nowhere, Arthas comes out there, does that extra damage in that initial first hit, and takes that kill. I mean, I just love it.
Yeah, very, very well done. And a slight advantage, I would say, for DK moving forward. But, it's so close that you can't really talk about that too much yet.
Well, the third tribute's now spawning. as we're approaching the level 10 area here.
Yeah, it looks like Butcher actually did go ahead and kill off that camp, so that's actually pretty nice to have that giant camp going. It's going to be the only active mercenary camp during this tribute, but it is in this top lane, so it wouldn't be too hard for DK to clean out.
This is a tribute spawn on the side of the map of MRR. Important to note in these battles, it may go on for a little while here, that you got to keep an eye on the mana for both teams.
Yeah, by the way, look at this. MRR actually has Brightwing split pushing down bottom. She hasn't jumped up yet. They want to stall this and get 10 if possible.
Nope, they just take it.
Yeah.
Nice steal. And that's going to be an insta-kill there. Beautifully done there on Arthas. But I think the rest of the team DK, is going to possibly get away. Maybe not. A stun here on Sniper. Body blocking pretty good. Johanna there. Boom!
And that is level 10 right there against level 9.
Yep.
Good try by MRR to get that Brightwing soak on to get 10 in time. But DK at least got that, so they're not worried about losing
Whoa!
Whoa!
Huge kill there.
Yeah. I guess so. That kind of caught me off guard right there. But great move there by Dami on the Butcher, taking out Vala, and now the Fort.
Yeah, and first Fort, as you were saying, going down. Still the 2 Siege Giants in the back there pushing it. So really nice play here by MRR. Level 10 is now achieved here by Team DK as they're going to continue to push forward.
And it looks like they will be able to clean up these mercs quite easily. Luckily for DK, they have reached that level 10 very importantly. Oh, and it looks like Lambda Slaughter. This is a very small moment. Yep, Lambda Slaughter was taken by Butcher as his heroic. We've seen that kind of gain popularity in the last couple weeks.
Important to note.
Yeah, that helps him lock people down.
Yeah, it's really handy, especially when you have this much damage coming out here. This tribute can be poked into by Team DK. Also, if Team DK gets this, boss is really nearby.
All right, let's see how they do it right now. Oh, a huge blizzard actually going down. Tyrael taking so much damage. Divine Shield does, in fact, go off. And let's see, it looks like Dami almost dead.
Arthas solo up here and just barely taken out. Noblesse getting low here as well. Butcher is picked off at the last second. Noblesse still the focus of attention. But the Water Elemental gets it anyways. It's 3 versus 3 now. Johanna very low. No stun off on that Johanna just yet. They come back up. The fight continues. Uther from Team DK.
You know,
going to take this third curse.
That was a really close one. Really, at the beginning of that battle, it was very important to note that a lot of stuns went down on Tyrael, which prevented him from doing his judgment. He didn't use his judgment before he died, and you know that's a big deal. But they do get the curse anyways, so good on DK.
A bit of a trade back there on both sides, so they're just coming up here trying to chip off as much damage as possible. Still 40 seconds left remaining on the curse.
And this is the part of the game where you kind of you play defense all over the place. There's not a whole lot else to do, but it looks like Butcher, he doesn't know how to play defense. And a beautiful polymorph in. Oh man, Noblesse with the judgment, trying to stop him. Lambda Slaughter right now though on Noblesse, and it looks like he should be able to get him.
No, Noblesse manages to escape as Noblesse always does so well.
Yeah, indeed. Eldritch Might, pretty nice right there. Great teleportation out. And in the meantime, though, they are losing a little bit of damage on these structures because, of course, the curse is up and their buildings aren't firing.
Yeah, but this curse is going to be ending momentarily here. And now we have some rotation. Looks like to middle and bottom here for Team DK.
Wasn't the best curse.
No, it didn't do a ton, did it?
No.
I mean, the fact that Team DK has already lost a fort and MRR really hasn't lost much of anything, it's definitely not a good sign.
Well, right now we actually do have the Butcher running in here on Tyrael, but very nice heals there. Does get out.
Yeah, as long as they keep that proper distance from the Butcher and they're always ready for that charge in. That was a really good escape, man, back there by Noblesse. That was really impressive.
Yeah, that was quite well done. Staying alive just long enough. You know, when Butcher ties you down to that stake, you almost always go down, but good job on Noblesse there. So right now, we do have some camps being taken. No bosses taken yet. So we're getting a little bit late in the game. We should see one relatively soon, I think
because those lanes were pushed in pretty far for MRR, even when Team DK got the tribute, the fact that it was 3 versus 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they could have taken one right there. I think you're right about that.
I think all it would have taken is for MRR to realize that, and they'd come in there with a kill.
Definitely. Well, DK right now, moving forward, moving north rather, as 5. Doing some damage here to Duck. A nice Blizzard does come down. Noblesse jumps forward, but unable to do anything. Gets slowed, has to back out.
And land the slaughter.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting because I don't think that was going to work.
That did not do anything.
That was kind of a whiffed heroic right there by Butcher, but it has a pretty quick cooldown, so it's oftentimes better like use it and it doesn't work out rather than not use it like we saw with Tyrael
Oh
before.
man, they're just going for the boss. Look at this.
All right. DK going for it. In fact, their opponent's going for it as well. MRR realizing this is a great time to take the boss.
We're going to see mirrored rotations then.
Yeah.
Or reverse rotations, I guess you could say, as they both have to hold off each other's bosses. And they're going to get them in about the exact same time here.
By the way, I do want to point out MRR right now at a pretty significant advantage as far as experience goes, despite not getting the first curse. They've done a great job again this game, and you know, this is really looking like it could go to Game 5.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Unless MRR really chokes at some point in time down here, I think Team DK just is.
Yeah, their global presence has been pretty awesome here with Brightwing.
Yeah,
Brightwing being like a big savior a lot of the time.
Well, this fort's going to go down. I believe top fort goes down also there for Team DK. But the tribute spawning and this ninja Brightwing just goes in and nabs that.
Yeah, that was very ninjatic of her, wasn't it?
Ninjatic indeed. Ninjitude. Boss still pushing in bottom lane, and so DK really forced to defend this now.
Top lane as well. MRR is just letting it hit towers. It's just like, whatever, our towers will get it. Which I guess they're right, but that's quite a push it's done.
Well, especially because later on in this game, if they don't deal with that and that gets all the way, or even if second boss is taken there, that could be a push right to the core.
Yeah, it definitely could be. They're trying to go for this core right now, and we actually do have a jump in by Tyrael, but it's on Johanna, so it doesn't work.
So low. Murden's so low. The nice silence there by Sylvanas, but it wasn't enough to actually combo that into a death for any one hero. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of damage actually going down right now. Good stuns coming out of Johanna. Looks like they do have to back up, though. Doesn't look like it's going to work out. Ice Block having to go down, and Jaina's starting to back up, but we do have Johanna fall.
Murden now just shielding up, still taking some damage. Not able to mount. Actually, Brightwing sure taking some serious hits, and there's no way Brightwing can get away since he healed in earlier. She healed in earlier. And the pursuit continues. Looks like they want to get Butcher next. Butcher continuing to run.
Oh, man. Butcher could be in a lot of trouble here. Jaina going to lay down a Blizzard, it looks like, try to stall
there it
her
is,
out.
there it is.
Lots of damage from that Blizzard, and it just doesn't do enough, though. Butcher goes down. You know, a good thing that DK turned that like that. They almost really messed up with that wailing arrow. You know, using that and then not capitalizing. But
it's actually not even done yet. Duck looks like he wanted to see if he couldn't perhaps just do a delay, but just not enough time. So now it's one curse to the 2 right now for MRR. So Team DK really on top of getting those curses there. Also really on top of the coordination in that team fight.
Yeah, well, right now they are running back. Looks like they do want to take these Giants, clear out this bottom lane as well. They really have to be careful about that bottom lane since it is all the way up to their keep. Looks like we do have those level 16s in.
Yep, and right as his camp respawns here, MRR immediately runs over here and takes this. Both teams, very close to level 20. MRR is still with an experience lead, but Team DK seeming to have better execution. Uh-oh, we could have a steal here.
Man.
Oh,
Look
man,
at
DK.
that steal. But looks like they actually do try. Oh, Sylvanas trying to get out of here. Land with the slaughter, though. We do have a nice jump in there on sacred ground there.
And Tyrael using his heroic, but unfortunately not quite dealing. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon.
Oh, look at that block, but a dwarf jump over. Those are some really nice blocks of the Druid's Might there.
It was pretty insane, man. Well, they can rotate up to the curse now. Well, the funny thing about this actually is that Team DK can't get to the curse as fast as MRR does. They don't have a straight path, I should say.
Well, looks like we do have Johanna already up there. We do have Brightwing trying to kind of stall this out. Blink heals away to make sure he doesn't die off. And Johanna could be in trouble, though, out of position right now. Brightwing jumps in to try to save. We do have a beautiful Blizzard come down. Duck coming up as well.
Johanna goes down, Murden being hit. We're going to see Dwarf jump in a second, I assume. There it is, but it's not enough, I think, to actually get away here.
Yeah, he is going to fall for sure. A beautiful route right there by Arthas, and Duck, no chance of getting away.
2 more kills there. Team DK looking like they're in control of this game, getting the second curse.
You know what? MRR had a really nice start, but that Johanna going up there, like, they thought they could get that in time. absolutely wasn't the case. And being out of position like that, it is suddenly anyone's game.
They may rotate to the boss here.
Yeah.
Cleaning up this lane here. Still 2 heroes knocked out of the game for MRR, and no time to actually, do anything about that. Excuse me, they're going to get the Bruiser camp. What am I talking about? Taking this Bruiser camp out. Another strong push in that lane. A defensive MRR right now, staying back, hoping that maybe Team DK will overextend and they can come out and ambush them.
Yeah, right now MRR has to do moves like that because they just have a couple of heroes down. They can't really do a whole lot. But DK rotating down, looks like they may be thinking that their opponents are going to be going for boss soon. The boss has just spawned.
Are they going to go for it, though?
I don't know. All 5 are up for their opponents. This is one way to really lose the game. Look at the experience is exactly even right now. If anyone dies going for a boss, that's going to be brutal. And look at this. This is curse
very
point.
important. Yeah, curse pointer, because if you get this curse here, you can also get the bosses. So a lot of line here too. Getting very low. Noblesse is getting away as fast as he can.
Oh, that is brutal.
But it's a trade. Meridian goes down too.
That was a beautiful stun there on Noblesse, preventing his judgment. It looks like Butcher will fall. Johanna going down as well. Lots of damage here on Jaina, but Buck does save her. Oh, no, not for long,
Jaina's going to go down here. They're going to destroy this fort and then be able to get the curse, get the boss.
Oh,
this is going to snowball.
Dude, I think that they're just going to go for a keep. They might even be able to core. No, they only have 3. They aren't going to core it, but they can at least get a keep here.
Yeah, for sure.
That beautiful curse timing right there. A great fight was taken. That was just an awesome stun on Tyrael. Tyrael was going to go in for the judgment on Butcher and just screw everything up for their opponents, but the stuns knocked him out of it, and he was dead before the cooldown was back up.
Well, that keep goes down. They rotate right up here with nobody out, and they're going to destroy all the infrastructure over here for MRR. First person to respawn is going to be Muradin. That's in about 2 seconds. But in that time with these lanes so pushed in, I mean, you can just start taking up the map objectives, right? Just go for the Bruiser camp.
Yeah, get some bosses and whatnot.
Yeah.
They can take their top boss right now, and that lane is wide open. That's a huge move, and that's exactly what they go to do.
Yep. So they're going to get this boss. They may even go down and get the other boss, or they could push with it. It just depends, really.
Yeah, I'm so surprised with how well DK is playing right now. The fact that they turned that all around after MRR started so well, but here we go. Actually, MRR getting on top of this. We actually have Brightwing blinking in as well. The boss is captured, but that won't matter if they can knock this whole team out. And it looks like we actually do have Uther dying off.
Yeah, Uther has been taken out. Butcher's still in good shape right now. Arthas on the run. Johanna with a great pull in there. MRR coming up with a miracle here.
Yeah.
Jumping over here, going after Sniper.
This is a really important moment. They have to follow Duck into battle here. SC slowing everyone down, dealing huge amounts of damage to Brightwing, and they don't quite get crazy moving.
SC is on. Trying to retreat here. Looks like they'll get through the gates just barely.
Dude, they have to go back to their core right now, I think. This boss is on top of it.
Oh, man, they did a lot of damage. You're right, but it's just not enough. And it looks like Team DK is coming out here. Meridian goes down. They're going after Jaina. Jaina taking too many hits.
Oh, Jaina's going to fall as well. Tastes as that ice block comes up. And this should end up being GG, I would say.
It was a really good play there by MRR, but it was not enough. They waited outside the gates for a little bit too long, and as it was time for them to turn around, DK came out.
Well, I guess they will save their core for the time being, but...
Well, they might just go right-click on the core, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. They still have some heroes up here. Okay.
Nice timed out Lamb to the slaughter there.
Yeah, seriously. Very well done. All right, they're trying to save their core. I don't think it's going to be possible. Strafe does finish it.
That was really well done there by Team DK.
Seriously.
Wow.
And they
super cool.